In this video, I'll be discussing static versus dynamic exercises and whether or not you should be including both in your training. Static or isometric exercises are those where muscles generate force without movement. Holding the planche, front lever, top of a chin-up, or human flag are all examples of isometric exercises. Dynamic exercises generally involve two phases. A concentric phase where the muscles contracting get shorter, and an eccentric phase where the muscles activate while lengthening. In simpler terms, the positive portion is the concentric phase and the negative portion is the eccentric phase. With weight training, isometrics are rarely used. However, with calisthenics, they're commonplace, and many skills are centered around isometrics. Both static and dynamic exercises can be used to build strength and muscle mass, but each has their drawbacks. Isometrics are great for neural adaptations and building strength, but gains will be very specific to a narrow range of movement. Holding the horizontal lever will improve this posture, with a slight carryover 10 to 20 degrees either side. However, it won't do much for improving strength in the upright and inverted positions. Isometrics also aren't ideal for hypertrophy. There's considerable evidence that challenging muscles through a greater range of movement, or particularly at length, results in more muscle growth. Most of the statics used in calisthenics only challenge muscles at short to moderate lengths. Consequently, if you're only doing statics, you'll likely be leaving some hypertrophy gains on the table. If the goal is purely to build muscle, you can get by just fine without ever doing isometrics. This is why you rarely see bodybuilders using long-duration static holds. However, if you want to get good at calisthenics, or particularly isometric holds, you should definitely be including some isometrics. One myth I want to dispel is that isometrics are a waste of time because you can get free gains from dynamic training. While there's some truth to this, in that dynamic reps will help your isometrics, not including static holds will definitely be suboptimal if isometrics are a goal. The reason for this is that strength training outcomes are very specific. The best way to improve at an exercise is to do that exact exercise. This also applies to the type of muscle contraction and the range at which you challenge a muscle. One problem with only doing dynamic training is that you may not be challenging the posture you most care about. For instance, if your primary goal is the horizontal lever, you can easily bypass this posture with momentum if you only do dynamics. By including holds along with raises, you'll ensure the horizontal position is truly challenged, along with providing an extra stimulus for muscle gains and strength through range. Isometrics will also improve proprioception and control in a particular position. If you don't spend much time holding horizontal, you'll be less familiar with what true horizontal feels like. This means when you try to perform planche or front lever holds, you'll likely be too high or too low without knowing. In summary, if you only do isometrics, you probably won't build as much muscle. This can hinder your rate of progress or the sustainability of your strength gains. If you only do dynamics, you'll never reach your true potential for static holds. By including both, you'll get the best of both worlds, optimizing hypertrophy, calisthenics skills, and strength through range. You can also integrate isometrics into your dynamic training by adding pauses somewhere in the movement. This is a great way to incorporate isometrics if you don't enjoy long-duration static holds. I hope you enjoyed the video and that it helped your understanding of isometric and dynamic training. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to leave a like or comment and that you're subscribed for future uploads.